Maybe we should both just give up. Run away. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm just a crazy woman who can't let go of anything. Trying to slam Ryan, pushing you to do your own damn.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
Sometimes you have to. You sound like me. It sounds like something I said. I think my craziness is rubbing off on you. There's got to be some direction I can point you into, some way I can help you. Catch you before you fall.
Okay. I can't blame you for this, okay? I didn't catch this craziness from your pretty head. Got this the old-fashioned way. From my parents. Whoever they may have been. Look, over there. You see around the church steeple?
Birds?
Have you ever heard the expression, bats in the belfry? Well, there you have them. You know, they say you can stun a bat by throwing a rock up into the air. The radar picks it up. They see the movement. They think it's an insect dinner. They smash right into it. And you end up with a loopy, stunned bat on the ground.
So, which one are you? Are you the rock or the bat?
I wish I knew.
Zach Slater,
I'm probably the bat. Day after day since I got into this town, I just found myself flying into rocks. You know, every time I think I'm onto something, I find myself dead on the ground with nothing to show for my trouble but a raging headache.
Well, you look pretty good for a guy who's been beaten up half the time.
Did you ever think about giving up? I mean, when you first came to town, when you told the world that you were Erica Kane's daughter, did it ever occur to you that being part of a family just wasn't worth the headache or the heartache?
Oh, well, let me tell you. When I found my mother, I wanted to be just like her. I mean, she's really amazing. And my father, well, that's another story. At least I only have one monster in my family. You found your whole family portrait, and it's all pretty ugly.
So what am I doing it for? A controlling, manipulative robber baron grandfather? A father who never knew I existed, and an uncle who committed some of the most heinous crimes known to man. All of them dead.
Well, you do win the prize for the most twisted family.
So even if I prove that I have this Cambias blood in my veins, I get a ton of cash, but so what? Everybody hates my guts.
Not everybody.
But if I succeed, isn't it going to taste exactly like failure? What if this latest rock is just a sign that it's about time for me to get out of town, take what little I have, and leave?
No, don't. Please, Ethan, for me.
For your sake? I thought you were ready for me to give up the fight.
Well, you can still stop the search for Cambias without leaving town.
There's no reason to stay.
Come on, Ethan, I would miss you if you took off.
You get over it.
Okay, in case you haven't noticed, I'm not exactly voted Miss Congeniality around here. I mean, other than my family, I really don't have a lot of friends. I can't afford to lose any pals.
I'm afraid I can't help. I'm not exactly the greatest companion right now.
Well, I think you are. You're nice. You're very smart. You know a lot about bats.
The only bat I know anything about is the one I'd like to lay over Ryan Lavery's head. And I'm not talking a baseball bat either. If you guys had an ounce of civility, you know a cricket bat is far more effective. See, it's a nice, hard, flat wood.
And they say our cultures can't learn from each other.
Do you hear me? I mean, do you bloody hear me? Not long ago, I was an ambitious university kid. Look at me now. I'm an obsessive maniac. Okay, I can't win for losing. This Cambias name is a curse. Anyone who goes after this birthright they're cast out. They're pushed off a cliff. You know, they're pelted with stones wherever they go.
Look, why don't you just look at it as a run of bad luck? Okay, something to overcome.
Well, how do you explain my homicidal fantasies?
As long as they just stay fantasies.
Why can't I just be what I'm supposed to be? You know, without having to bash Ryan Lavery into playing fair.
Right, Ethan, chill out, okay? Chill out. You're starting to scare me a little. You sound like you're obsessing, and everyone knows that's my job.
It's worse than that. I'm beginning to sound like my grandfather. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go off like that. It's just that my options are suddenly becoming very clear.
All right, I don't like the sound of this.
Look, what do I have to gain from smashing into rocks? The love of my family? I hardly think so.
The fortune. I mean, it's the least they can do for you, even from the grave.
I've said from day one, this isn't about the Cambias money.
All right, so you walk away with nothing?
Not at all. I have two very fine offers on the table. All I have to do is give up the fight, stop my claim to the Cambias name, and I can live a very comfortable life.
In exchange for what?
Well, Zach offered me a position anywhere within his company, as long as it wasn't in Pine Valley.
All because he's friends with your father?
He doesn't even know that I'm his pal's son, for sure, but the offer's good anyway.
All right, well, what's your other option?
Greenlee. Straight out buyout. You know, all I have to do is give up my claim to Cambias, my grandfather's estate, go back to being Ethan Ramsey. Forget I'd ever heard the name Cambias.
It wouldn't be so bad. You wouldn't have to walk around with a bullseye on your back.
It's not a bad option.
Sometimes the thing that makes the bat die for the rocks is the same instinct that keeps them alive.
Is that any way to live?